I love video game music. It's a part of my day-to-day listening. In the gym, in the car, in the shower. There isn't necessarily anything specific about it that more traditional music can't accomplish for me, but something about Zelda music chills me out. Doom's soundtrack motivates me, and Cyberpunk's makes me want to join Johnny Silverhand in a mission to take down corpos. It might be the link between the music, the moment it's a part of, and the memories I have of said moment. No! No! But whatever it is, it shifted my taste in music away from what's in the charts to what's in my library. And recently I've been loving the soundtrack to Clair Obscur Expedition 33, especially the track Lumiere. It's a beautiful piece, one I've been listening to almost daily since I heard it, and that means listening to it around the house with the woman I live with. And she altered the way I view that song. She heard it and asked what it was. I explained and she said it reminded her of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and could imagine it playing whilst the Oompa Loompas danced or rowed their boats down a chocolate river. Are you kidding me? But this got me thinking. She's not a huge gamer. She's played a handful of games, and most of which she ditched within the first few hours, if not sooner. The majority of her exposure to video games comes from watching me play or me talking about them. So it got me wondering, what is video game music like for a mostly non-gamer? Will the music match the scene? Will it instill the same emotions it's trying to enact in that moment? Spoiler alert, she really surprised me with some of her answers. I set 3 challenges to test her, but mostly to see how the music makes her think and feel. The first is less of a challenge, more of a warm-up. I'm going to play 3 songs, one she's never heard, one she's actively told me she likes, and one that isn't a video game song at all. The goal here is to see if she can 1. Recognise video game music, and 2. Differentiate video game music. The first song I wanted her to listen to was the classic Gerudo Valley, a very recognisable song from Zelda Ocarina of Time. Even if you haven't played the game, you've probably heard it before. Heavily inspired by the Spanish flamenco with a mix of Mexican mariachi, it's incredibly fitting to the desert environment that it's based in. But what did she think about it?
It's giving me like Spanish vibes.
Okay. Spanish vibes.
I feel like it's like adventure, like open world, you're running along with your little backpack on.
Not only did she instantly pick up on the Spanish quote-unquote vibes, but it also gave her a sense of adventure. And whilst not a typical open world game, you are still playing as a young Link on an adventure, a quest to stop Ganon and save Hyrule. And one thing about video game music that I feel often stands out is the connection between the tunes it plays and the art style of said game. Is there any kind of art style that comes to mind?
Colourful. Like a cartoony, open world kind of thing. Stand on the edge of a mountain and look at the open world.
Again, she was pretty accurate. With this, she pictured a cartoony art style, and although I wasn't recording it, she went on to talk about how she imagined bright colours and even gave a reference of a British cartoon called Noddy, which, yeah, I guess there's some resemblance there. When I showed her Ocarina of Time afterwards, she claimed the art style was very similar to what she had imagined. So for the first example, she knocked it out the park, and it's a testament to the track that I remember most from the game. Even now, 27 years later, the song still holds up. The second song was the plain song chorus from Horizon Forbidden West. I chose this because I'm certain that this is the only song she has ever listened to in a game and pointed it out to me. I remember watching her sitting in silence, just taking in the moment. I imagine it was a very similar experience to what I had with City of Tears in Hollow Knight. Sitting at the bench, listening to the rain and the relaxing vocals in the background, but would she recognise it?
I feel like I'm very much in nature. Trees, rain. It's very calming. It gives me like Horizon vibes.
Yeah. At first, she explained the scenario it placed her in. Nature, relaxing, rainforests. It helps that the song contains sounds of rain, the campfire crackling, very similar to City of Tears. The song containing these sound effects adds to the ambience of the scene. This isn't just a song, it's more. It's a part of the world, creating a crucial part of what you feel in that moment. Removing these sound effects from said moments causes them to become a bit more dull, Don't get me wrong, the songs are still calming, but it paints a much fainter picture without the sound of rain, fire crackling and the vocals harmonising. This is the difference between creating a song and creating ambience for a scene. Do you recognise this song or?
No.
No? We did mention it's from Horizon.
Is it from Horizon?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I do recognise it then, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the one where it's like they're up the tree?
Yes, and they're all harmonising.
Yeah.
For the third and final song of this round, I played sad dubstep music, no copyright. I wanted to see if she could tell that it wasn't from a video game, so let's see what she thought.
Don't know why, but it feels like idle game music.
Right. I'm gonna let this one roll in a little bit more.
Okay.
Does it give you any kind of vibes for a genre or?
Nope.
Nothing?
It's confusing. It felt initially like we're in like a valley and it was calming, and then it just came in with the beat and it was just a bit confusing.
She was initially very confused. For the first minute she didn't really say much. Instead her face was scrunching with confusion and twisting in bewilderment. The only conclusion she came to was this. This isn't a video game song. This is called sad dubstep music, no copyright.
Oh no.
I wanted to test to see if you could distinguish a difference between video game music and some random song.
I mean, I think many songs could be found in a video game. Like, that kind of made me feel a bit like it would have been from something like Cyberpunk.
And that's a very valid argument. Could they make a compelling piece that fits with the world it was made for? I doubt Cardi B could make a good song for Zelda, but hey, there you are. She said she could imagine that song being a part of Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack, and I'm assuming she's basing that off the world of Cyberpunk. A futuristic, neon lights, tech is the future world, a dubstep or digital song as she was calling it, would fit given the world's material. But I've played the game, I've heard the music, I know it wouldn't fit. And this is a soundtrack with a surprising amount of variety. It has songs with vocals, it has electro, synth-heavy instrumentals, songs that fit themes and cultures from around its world, but there's still no dubstep, despite it being closely related to the electro music which is presented within. All this to say, I don't think Anna is wrong. There's a theme for every game and a song that could work alongside it, regardless of the type or genre. The second round of songs was a bit more of a challenge. I gave her 5 genres, those being horror, sci-fi, open world, medieval fantasy and cozy. I then played her 5 main themes and wanted her to match the song to the genre. The first was the main theme from Breath of the Wild on behalf of the open world genre. Now, I kind of screwed it over here since you can have sci-fi open worlds, medieval open worlds and so on, but the reason I chose this was because of the sense of freedom Breath of the Wild's theme gives off. It's exactly like the game. You take it at your own pace, you explore where you want in any order, taking on anything you want or do not want to. The theme has a great moment. As Link is approaching the cliff edge and the horizon is broken to reveal a massive open world that draws your attention in every direction, the theme also gives this same sense of wonder, like you're taking in something breathtaking. And the game knows this. They don't just cut away. The camera pans to show its vistas, everything within a small radius, and even volcanoes off in the distance. They know what they're showing you is enticing, alongside the music which plays into it. So much so that they don't even put the title of the game front and centre. Instead, it's tucked away in the corner. It does not want to break your immersion away from what it wants you to explore. And the theme is a perfect tune for this. But what did Anna have to say about it?
Okay, yeah. It's like magical, open world kind of thing. Definitely not horror. Definitely feels like a fantasy kind of scene. I'm imagining like horses, almost like adventure. I'd be tempted to say open world, but I'm more entitled to say medieval fantasy off the list.
The main theme of a game should either summarise the genre, the story, or the character you're about to play as. In a way, it's a prologue into the type of game you're about to play. But how many main themes are so good that it keeps you sat there staring at a menu, listening like Skyrim does? A grand orchestra with heroic horns and beating drums playing to a rhythm of that of a marching army. Man, it's just so good. It's one of those songs that never gets old. The lyrics aren't in English, instead a completely fictional language created by Bethesda, adding to this medieval fantasy world. But would Anna be able to tell what this theme was going for? For this one, I'm just going to let her do the talking.
Horror.
Okay.
It's instantly made me feel anxious.
3 seconds in.
It's like a giant. Medieval. Sword fight. Some huge creature is in front of us.
All
And
right.
we're circling each other. And me here with my little sword. That's medieval fantasy. I'm signing that off right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of Elden Ring and like the Dark Souls kind of games. Like we're in like an old building or a castle or nearby. There's ruins around. There's a huge boss in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. So she just described the opening sequence pretty much spot on. In the end, she made the comparison to FromSoft Soul series, saying she thinks it could be from a game like Elden Ring, based off of the chants, the thuds and intense beat that caused her to initially think it was a horror game. Of all the songs I made her listen to, it was the Dragonborn theme that she pictured a scene for the quickest. The third song was the theme of Alien Isolation. Initially, I was going to go for the theme of Outlast, but whilst I think it's good in its own right, Alien Isolation's theme is a reflection of horror that I like to play. The horror that builds suspense constantly, and rather than letting it all splurge out on a cheap jump scare, it instead inflicts a visceral sense of dread as you're being stalked and you know you are, but you don't know where they are. Nearing the end of the theme, it suddenly comes to a halt and all you hear is the movement of space, air around you, reminding you that you are isolated, trapped, and then it dwindles, fades away. No big, intense surprise beat. And that's what horror should be.
Spooky. Yeah, this is horror. That high-pitched noise. Yeah, it's horror.
Okay. With you saying it's horror,
Yeah.
does it give you any kind of sense of what's happening?
We're hiding. We're either hiding or we're being hunted by something. It feels like... Oh, what's that game? There's a game where you hide in lockers.
Outlast?
I'm not sure.
Were you in the asylum?
I did play a little bit of Outlast, didn't I?
Yeah, years and years ago.
This is horror signed off. I'm happy to say that's horror.
Anna instantly picked up that this was from the horror genre and made a remark to the high-pitched noise in the background, almost like a screeching of something in the background. The theme gave a sense of being chased. She was the prey. She never outright said it, but the fact that she mentioned hiding in lockers and the resemblance to Outlast makes me think that she maybe thought there was no fighting back. Although I love Outlast, I think its main theme leans more towards the asylum being the character of the song, rather than embodying that sense of being followed, being paranoid and being scared. The penultimate game and theme of this challenge was from Stardew Valley, one of the coziest and most relaxing games that one can play to ease their mind. Soft, calm melodies, the pan flute and upbeat theme to not only make you feel relaxed, but safe and just good. I think this is a given compared to the others on this list and expected Anna to get this one right away, and spoiler alert, she did.
Okay. If I had to pick a category already, it would be cozy or relaxing game. Animal Crossing or something. Very calming, background music.
Yeah. Does it give you any idea of like what you'd be doing?
I don't know, I was trying to think. Maybe it's like gardening, placing some crops down.
Kind of like what you do in Palia.
Yeah.
It's a stereotypical trope to be doing things like gardening, fishing, talking with locals in these cozy games, and the game she's been pouring hours and hours into recently is Palia. She loves it. She has notes of the types of fish, where they can be caught and how rare they are. Dare I say, she's obsessed. So I think given that she knew it was a cozy game, she then related it to her own bias and experiences with Palia and imagined that's what she'd be doing in the game. But for the last genre, we have the main theme of Destiny 1. Now at this point she'd scored 4 out of 4 after rearranging the first 2 around, so unless it made her feel like it wasn't sci-fi, then she was set for a full house. But then she accidentally seen the screen.
You did look at the screen.
I did look at the screen, but I don't know if it's in any of them categories. I wouldn't call that game any of them categories.
What game did you see?
Destiny. I wouldn't... Is it medieval fantasy?
Yeah, for some reason she didn't think the game set in space was sci-fi, but let's see what she thinks after hearing the song.
It's quite common. It reminds me of like Horizon and stuff though. This isn't sci-fi.
Why don't you think it's sci-fi?
Doesn't feel sci-fi. Doesn't... I would imagine sci-fi to be more electric and spacey. I guess it is kind of spacey.
Kevin
It does
Spacey.
feel like I'm in space. It does give me like a space feel.
But you just...
Like
you
I'm
don't...
floating in the atmosphere. But I'm not like hunting anything down or...
A lot of conflicting thoughts there. The theme didn't give her any sense of combat, which, from looking at Destiny, you would assume the music would be a bit more intense. Instead, it led her more towards a sense of exploration and floating around in the atmosphere.
Science fiction.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah.
What did you think sci-fi was?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, like, just fake stuff. Like, stuff that doesn't happen in the real world.
For the final challenge, I'm giving Anna 3 songs. For each, I'm going to give her 3 scenes and she has to match the song to the scene. For the first song, I chose Firelink's Shrine from Dark Souls 1. It's iconic. Hearing that music play after you find a shortcut back to it from an area that's caused so much pain is so blissful. I could go into the interconnectivity of it all, but the music alone is a standout. It's got a tone of sadness to it. The way I see it, it's like a relief, but it won't last. You've got to keep on moving. You can't stay.
Actually, it feels a bit like The Last of Us, where there's a particular scene in The Last of Us where they're standing up high in a building and they're looking over the dead city.
On hearing it, Anna compared it to a scene from The Last of Us. Weirdly, though, the comparison has got a lot of similarities. The scene in The Last of Us is a beautiful moment that makes the characters and the players forget about the brutal world they're fighting through in that moment. And although the music for both games are very different, they give off the same vibes. The feeling that it's a desolate and dangerous world you're in, but you can still find moments of happiness and respite within it. The 3 examples of scenes I gave her for this were resting at a bonfire in Dark Souls 1, the Destiny 2 Deep Stone Lullaby scene, and the final scene of Batman Arkham Knight of him unmasking and the Wayne Manor blowing up.
And the game ends and the credits roll to this song.
No, it's option 1.
Are you certain?
Certain.
Song 2 was Lavender Town from Pokemon Red and Blue. This soundtrack, even without context of the game and Lavender Town itself, is haunting. And with context, it's even more haunting. It's comprised of a repeating note figure of C, G, B and F, resulting in a dissonant, shrill theme, paired with 2 more notes that create that iconic sound, the sadness that the song screams. I really recommend this video that you're seeing now by Carl James Allen. It's a great breakdown of what makes up the theme, and personally I think I prefer the piano cover. Here's Anna's initial thoughts.
Oh. It feels like pixel arty.
Any kind of genres coming to mind?
Yeah, sci-fi. Almost like a retro kind of feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Even like a 2D game or something. Is that the right word, 2D?
You mean like flat?
Like where you're a block and you bounce and stuff? No, very strangely, I've instantly thought of the game Grounded.
What makes you think of Grounded?
I'm not sure. Sometimes when you go near a bug, it plays music.
Oh, okay. I know what you sound like.
Yeah, and it gives me that kind of feel. And I know there is robots and stuff in that game where you go like under the tree.
Breaking down what she said, she pictured this to be from a sci-fi 2D pixelated game. What I think she meant by this was a game closer to something like Animal Crossing or Pokemon, giving her a depth description of like a block that bounces. The 3 scenarios I gave her this time around were 1, Buckshot Roulette, in the scene where you're unplugged from the machine and you're sent to a weird depiction of heaven or hell. 2 being the correct answer. And lastly, a scene from Five Nights at Freddy's where a young boy gets his head crushed by Freddy Fazbear as a result of bullies. She instantly ruled out Buckshot.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that.
No?
No.
Agreed the track sounded eerie for the Pokemon choice,
I mean, it feels eerie.
but on hearing the final, was certain.
Yeah, it's number 3 for me, yeah.
Her decision being made based on the previous thoughts of robots and it being based in a sci-fi robotic world, upon hearing animatronic, she was certain that's what it was. Her third and final song of this video was White Phosphorus from Spec Ops The Line. If you've played or seen anything about this game, need I say any more? For the unfamiliar, the song plays when you, as the main character, rain white phosphorus down on what you believe are your enemies. As you walk through the streets, taking in the aftermath, you see people burned alive, charred bodies, a mother holding her child. They were civilians. They were innocents. The song plays you through Walker's emotions, starting with shock and disbelief in what's happened, transitioning to denial of what he's actively done, before moving on to a stage of anger when he says,
"We need to keep moving."
It felt quite haunted. Now it feels kind of like, not indie, like cowboys.
Like Western.
Western, that's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
It feels very dark, very eerie, but then you've got that high-pitched like strum of a guitar.
Make you feel
But
like...
the guitar makes me feel Western cowboys.
Upon hearing it, she was a bit confused and then went on to say that the tune of the guitar that strums every now and then reminded her of a Western, reminding her of cowboys or gunfights. She mentioned the bass and overall feel of the song to be almost like a horror game. It was haunting. And in context of the scene, she's absolutely right. The options I gave her for this one were as follows. Number 1, Celeste, during the scene where she meets her dark self and chases you.
No, it doesn't feel like this. It doesn't feel like a chasing song. It feels, like I say, more Western, more gunfight, calm after the storm maybe.
Number 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, during the train heist at the beginning of the game.
I know the cowboys, but during a heist mission? But it did have the eeriness to it and the darkness to it, as well as the Western side that I got from it.
And 3, Spec Ops The Line with the white phosphorus scene.
I'm going to say it feels like option 2. Option 3, it doesn't make me feel like a soldier or anything relatable towards that.
On hearing her options, she settled on it being from Red Dead Redemption 2, with the scenario matching the most with what she was saying. However, I did find it funny how she mentioned that the music gave her that feeling that this was the calm before or after the storm, yet she still sided with the Western element she was picking up on with the guitar theme throughout.
Yeah, I'm happy to lock in number 1.
Number 1, Dark Souls.
Dark Souls at the safety area around the fire pit.
Yeah, Dark Souls 1, that was right.
Oh, good.
Five Nights at Freddy's, where it depicts a young boy's skull being caved in from a bear animatronic.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
Okay. Wrong.
Is it?
Yeah.
What was it?
Now that
Was it the roulette?
Is that what you'd go for next?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Wow, it was not Sonic.
Who the fuck? Who said Sonic?
I was picturing Sonic. Red and blue Sonic.
It's safe to say that she did pretty well overall. Despite not being able to place every scene to every song, she did get a grasp for the themes and genres presented. And where she fell short with some answers, she absolutely made up for with answers that were very descriptive and accurate to what was being portrayed. Before the video ends, I just want to say that she and I really enjoyed making this video, and she would love to do another one. I have a bunch more ideas for challenges and stuff, so if you'd like to see me challenge Anna again, or maybe just to get her to listen to some of the most iconic soundtracks, you can let me know by commenting whatever songs you want me to get her to listen to, and leaving a like would be greatly appreciated in getting this video out there. And with that being said, I'll leave Anna to give a final message. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for having me.
It's alright. Lady on the bike. Anything you'd like to say before signing off?
Boomba clot.